Get sponsored then.
Get sponsored. All right, we're recorded. So Genie, I was using the restroom, but can you explain to us how you got a 3080? Because I know my brother's jealous.
Well, it was a dark and stormy night, and my desktop had went out on me as I was trying to export a simple 25-second TikTok that was about 30 megabytes. And out of nowhere, it just freezes halfway through on my I have a GTX 1080 right now, and so I was like, okay, this is really bad. I can't export videos. I got to get a new card. So I went over to a micro center that we have near me, and this very nice guy named Tam Christian, who is like this hyper nerd with like a Ravenclaw pin.
You just doxed him.
Suspender. Okay, I did. Okay. We can bleep that out if that's not.
No, I'm kidding. I'm
I
kidding.
don't want to. But yeah, so he's like, he's just all preppy. He's like, hey, yeah, I can help you out. You look for a 3080? Yeah, sure. Okay. So we have these things over here. And I'm like, oh, okay, for sure. And he shows me to these pre-built desktops and like, just give me the best thing you got. I was like in a mood that day. And I was like, please, I will drop up to $3,000 on this thing. And he's like, oh yeah, sure. Let's get you like, get the best thing we have. And he shows me this thing. They're out of stock. And he tells me he'll email me when they have it back in stock. I didn't believe him until, long story short, I went back yesterday and I was like, I need a new desktop. Like I am doing this editing job right now and I can't export videos properly. This is embarrassing. I can't like work. And so I'm like, can I just take the next best thing you have, which was the same desktop except with a lower processor and a 3070. And so yesterday I, walked out with a 3070 desktop, and then I wake up this morning and finally I get an email that says, hey, we have the 3080 desktop pre-built in stock. Do you want to come by? And I was like, fuck it, let's do it.
I'm on my way.
So, yeah. And so I go outside, I get to my car and I try to turn my car on. My battery's dead.
Son of a...
No.
Yeah, and so I was like, no. And it was because I was
my 3080.
Yeah, I was so excited about the 3070 desktop last night that I hadn't realized that I'd left my hazards on. And so
oh my God, dude.
Yeah, and so I left my hazards on all night. And I didn't realize that until the AAA guy comes up and he's like, what happened? I was like, I don't know. I think it's just a bad battery. And I get in the car and I see my hazards button pressed down, and I'm like,
did you tell him? No.
No, I was like, yeah, man, I don't know what happened. It's crazy.
It would have been. It just stopped working.
Yeah, that's exactly what.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Like, dude, I've always I don't know how it works because obviously like planes have like a black box, right? They can tell everything, what altitude, what angle the trim was at before it crashed, everything like that, right? They could tell everything that was going on with the plane at that exact moment. Right. I was in a car accident and they were like, they could tell that the airbags didn't deploy, that like they didn't even go off like it was supposed to, you know what I mean? Like it should have tripped, but it didn't. They knew that our seatbelts were on, all this stuff just from like a 2003 Ford Ranger. So like I don't get it. Like how does it work with cars? Do they have like some kind of black box style system that like maybe it's just fuses? I don't know how they tell. But I was going to say, imagine this dude just like plugs and he's like, oh, I know what happened. You left your hazards on, you jackass, or something,
Yeah.
Well, I feel like they just figured out just from like actually looking at stuff. I mean, you can tell if a seatbelt was on, mostly because like if you didn't have your seatbelt on, you would have flown off the windshield. They
were like, you were going this miles per hour, everything at the time of the impact. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but dude, you gotta understand. There's tons of car accidents that happen all the time, every day. Like they have enough data to sort of compare to other accidents, I would say.
Sure.
I don't know. It was if the data they were telling me was very specific. Like I doubt the guy just pulled those numbers out of his ass because he was like, calculating everything in his head.
Well, do you know if he was correct?
I mean, I remember how fast I was going, so yeah.
Okay.
About how much?
Yeah.
The answer was 0.
But
they were talking.
Did he say that?
No, he was talking about how fast they were going, and they were going like 20 miles over the speed limit or something. So
Yeah, no, I would say it's. Wait, did they have security camera footage or no?
No.
Cause
No.
yeah, I think I remember you saying yeah they
Yeah,
didn't have because it wasn't in the right angle.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
something
I
like
don't know
that.
if I talked to you about this, Genie. It was the car. It was like literally 2 weeks after I got my driver's license. This chick, after a swim meet, me and a family friend are like driving back home from a swim meet, and this chick hits me in a Chrysler 300 while I'm sitting in the intersection waiting to turn left, like the light's yellow, like she was trying to beat the light, but she smacked right into me doing like 60 and a 40. On my side
And it
too.
just ruined your car.
Totaled the truck, but me and my friend were completely fine because we're wearing our seatbelts. Both of these girls weren't wearing their seatbelts. One of them broke her nose on the dash, and then one of them broke her arm. And then the driver didn't have a driver's license, dude. She didn't have a driver's license.
Oh,
dude,
no.
like the cop was the cop was like, "What do you mean you don't have a driver's license?" And she's like, "Well, I'm from California." And he's like, "What does that mean? You guys don't use driver's licenses over there, you know?" But I think what she was trying to say is that, like, you know, because it's like a higher age to drive there, she didn't have a license yet. But still, the whole idea is like, you know, it doesn't matter. You still need a license to drive in Arizona.
It's a higher
Pretty sure
age
it's
to drive in
16.
California. What?
I think it's 16 in Arizona and it's 17 in California.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I've been driving for 10 years now, dude.
It says be at least 16 years old.
For a permit.
No, it says to obtain a driver's license, you must be at least 16 years old, have held your instruction permit in California or another state for at least 6 months.
Because my wife says it was 17. Maybe it changed. She said
That's
she had to wait till she was 17 to get hers.
That's crazy.
Oh, no, dude. Are you sure it's not because she had a passenger? Because that you can't have a passenger if you're
No, that's just that they say that about everything. For the first year or whatever, you can't drive with anybody. You can't go out after a certain time. But nobody follows those laws, though. If you got pulled over, it would get you in trouble. But at that point, you probably shouldn't have a license yet if you're that dumb, you know, to get pulled over.
Yeah.
yeah.
I've only been pulled over one time, and it was because I was in California, and I was driving my Mustang, which obviously looks like a degenerate vehicle, you know. And I didn't have a front license plate because in Arizona you don't have to have one. And so he's like, "Any reason why you don't have a front license plate?" I was like, "I'm from Arizona." And he's like, "Well, what are you doing here?" I was like, "I live here." And he's like, "How long have you lived here?" I was like, "Since I got stationed here." And he's like, "Oh, you're in the military." I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, my bad. Carry on."
Aww.
So he legit pulled me over because he thought like my vehicle was like suspicious. Like he was just like looking for somebody to pull over. I mean, cops do that all the time. You know, we were watching live PD on my stream, and these people always get pulled over for stupid stuff, man. Like, literally, like a broken taillight turns into like somebody who's a felon on probation with like 2 guns, a couple of crack rocks, and like open containers in their car. You know, like it's literally, if they just got their taillight fixed, they wouldn't be going to prison for 10 years.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
But that's the thing, they could associate that with someone who might be a little bit like sus, you know, like that.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's crazy, man. Like just little things like that. But
tinted windows. Tinted windows, man.
Wait.
They'll get pulled over because their front tinted windows aren't supposed to be tinted.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because I don't understand how that works. Like, to what degree can your windows be tinted? Like,
Depends on the
like
state. Depends on the state.
In Arizona, isn't it like kind of loose because it's so freaking hot here?
No, it's I think I can't remember which state because I got my Mustang windows tinted when I was there in Arizona, and they had to follow the California law, and because of that there was something to do with the front windows. They couldn't tint them as much. But I didn't care because I was getting ceramic tint. Because I showed you, Genie, I had an all black Mustang with all black leather interior. It got hot as hell in there in the summer, so I just wanted the ceramic tint to help with the heat.
That car was so nice, dude.
I'm getting another one someday, man. Get another one.
Get a Tesla instead, bro.
Huh?
Get a Tesla instead.
Dude, I'll get a Tesla when I can drive farther than I can in a gasoline car, okay?
That's not that far off. By the time you're going to want to get a Mustang again, they're going to be at that point, dude.
Dude, but even used Teslas, like the price is
Don't
just crazy.
Don't buy a used Tesla.
I'm not. I'm not buying a brand new car.
Tesla.
They're way overpriced.
Let's try the Y. The Y, dude. The Model Y is 40,000.
But what's the range on it? Probably like 200 something miles. I can go to the grocery store like 10 times a week and it's at a freaking.
It says 244 to 326.
And 326 is gonna be like the $60,000 model.
Yeah. Long range is 51,000. Yeah, but that's
my Mustang,
that's right now, dude. That's right now, though, dude.
The Mustang I want with like 40,000 miles on it is like 25 grand. So I can literally trade my Corolla in and then like drop like another 7,500 and it's paid off.
Ah, dude, I want a Tesla so bad though, but I don't have the money for it.
I have a reservation on the Cybertruck actually.
Are you actually gonna get it?
I'm okay. When I put the reservation on it, it was kind of like as a joke because it was like you just put 100 down and your name's on it, and then at the time when you actually have to pay for it, you either can just ask for your $100 back and no questions asked, or you could go through that. So that was like 2 years ago, and I was like, how cool would it be if I've like made it in Hollywood and can pull up to the studio in a Cybertruck? And you know, obviously,
look at this nerd.
Yeah, I know. Like the way I saw it was like everyone will like me in Hollywood because I'll be like that guy with the Cybertruck. They'll be like, "Oh, that's Ben. He's got the cool car. Let's buy his script."
You know, Genie, I got a book for you to read. I don't know if you're into reading books or not.
I am. Yes.
Maybe when's your birthday? I'll send it to you for your birthday.
Oh, thank you. July 11th.
It's called How to Not Be a Degenerate. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's Matthew McConaughey's book.
Oh, yeah.
It's super good, dude. Yeah, you guys both got like quiet. Like I was like,
wait a minute, bro. What the heck?
I was like, no, that was a good joke. It's like one of those Myra jokes.
Yeah, I like the Myra. Dude, did you hear what the new one is? I think Jordy. I first heard it on Jordy's TikTok, and then now I hear a bunch of people saying it. Did you get the CDs and tapes? And then they're like, what?
I know what CD is.
Yeah, they're like, what? And he's like, CDs, nuts taped to your forehead or something like that?
Oh my god, dude. CD's nuts.
I can't stand that, dude.
Bro, you were getting...
Great, though, dude.
When you did your 420 stream, you were just getting, like, hammered with those, bro. There are people
Candace,
like, my friend Candace died. And you're like, oh, who's that?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry to hear that. Who's that?
Yeah, I gotta.
Because they were the
new ones.
Because they were like, did you hear that Candace died? That's the way they say it, you know.
Yeah.
It's like it's somebody important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a bunch of them. The Myra one, I was like, what the dude? Like, that one's actually kind of good because it got me the first time.
Yeah.
Isn't it just my right nut or something like that?
Yeah, my right nut or something.
Yeah, I mean, because those have been around for like the longest time. I mean, the first one was obviously the Joe Mama one, but I feel like sometimes you just hear the same ones over and over again, and then finally you hear a good one. You're like, I gotta make sure I keep that in my head, and then you just forget about it.
Yeah, well, I think TikTok I think the TikTok streamers are making it come back, like have another big wave because it's just like a huge thing. I always see like the same guys. They're like in a lobby and they're like, you know, did you hear my friend Candace died? And they're just like, who's Candace? And it just like turns to black and white, and he's like he's about to like give it to him, you know, like.
Well, because I saw one where it was like some TikTok where, I guess this lady got mad at this kid for something he posted, and she's all, I called your school and I'm gonna have you suspended or whatever, and blah blah blah. And he goes, did you call the right high school? I switched schools recently. I go to Sagandi's high school now. And she's like, totally Sagandi's, where's that? And he's all, Sagandi's nuts.
Dude, she got just straight debated, dude.
That's a really good one, dude.
That is a good one.
The thing is,
Sagandi's.
so there's Sagandi's, there is Sakon. Like the place ones are way better. In my
Dude, I like Sakon, yeah. Did you get your ticket to SockCon, Danny? That was one of my Twitch chat in real life or TikToks in real life.
Yeah.
Uh,
Dude, speaking of TikTok, bro, I don't know what it is, but like people got so mad about my video where I got banned in GTRP. They were, oh, you combat logged, and I'm like, dude, a police officer hit me and then chased me around for it.
yeah, that's pretty bull. Usually when a cop hits me, they just like they say sorry and
Yeah,
like just let me
yeah.
go.
Yeah, dude hits me and then chasing me around for it. Everyone's like, well, you combat logged, and I'm like, I didn't even like ask for this, bro. I was like, I was just driving around doing Weasel News.
I think the best thing to do in those situations is to just like stop and be like, "You okay, officer?" And they're usually like, "Yeah, I'm fine." You know.
Yeah,
like,
I was stopped, and then like I just sat there for a second, and then the guy turned on his lights, and I was like, what the heck? And then like he started revving his engine, and I was like, does he want me to move? So I started moving, and then he just chased me around. I was like,
dude, I
What the heck, bro?
I legit think we should all apply to be cops. Like,
I don't want to be a cop.
Okay,
dude.
I definitely do, man. I want to have
I think being
two
a cop
characters.
is boring,
I want
bro.
to. It's not, dude, because like you can pull people over for doing stupid stuff, man.
Yeah, but then it's annoying to like be that person.
I just
like,
want to go
look
around.
over and over again.
Just want to go around tasing people.
Dude, I shot a cop and like he didn't even take damage, bro.
Yeah, because they got vests on and stuff.
Yeah, it's insane. How do you get a vest in that?
You have to. You literally have to hit him in the head, and like I usually panic when I get into gunfights with cops. So.
Well, there's no reticle. So you
yeah,
can't
that.
aim.
So you have to, and I always forget to do it after. Like, damn it, I should have switched to first person because when you switch to first person, you can kind of aim a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's no reticle, so it's really hard. Your bullets are like going right past his head.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's a way to get a reticle. I think you have to buy like a sight or something like that.
Oh,
and then, like, but
yeah.
I don't know. I haven't tried it. I don't know how to actually do that.
Dude,
I haven't gotten a gun permit in that game in the new character, so.
That trip we went on to like go get drugs, then we got guns, and then we sold the drugs. Like that was a good solid like 2.5 hours of like being degenerates, man.
Well,
like,
I'm just mad because I bought a van and it was a piece of garbage, and then I sold it. I only got like $2,000 back.
Did you see that, Genie? Genie was like at the bottom of the ocean when this was happening.
He's becoming a coral reef.
I legit, I was selling drugs to somebody, and then like somebody comes and like, Daddy, we should go, and all of a sudden I just hear like, oh, and he's like, what was that? And I was like, I don't know.
I don't understand what happened.
What happened, Genie? You told me later that you were like stuck at the bottom of the ocean for like 10 minutes.
I was like, I had jumped off the pier. I thought I could do like a swan dive and like swim, but I didn't know how to swim up. And so my character's like drowning.
I heard you screaming, I think is what I heard.
I was like trying to shout from like the bottom of the ocean. So, of course, no one could hear me.
Nobody can help you.
Like, yeah, I was like, fuck.
Because if anybody tries to, I don't know if you could carry people underwater. I feel like even if you could, I feel like it would take so long to get you that like you would drown before you got up, you know?
Yeah. So like Jimbo just comes to my chat because like he was like, where the hell happened to Genie? And he comes to my chat, he's like, oh my god, what did you do? He just quit the game. Just restart quit. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But dude, everybody was pissing me off because I think I had more packages of meth to sell than anybody there. And so I was going to as many people as I could to try and sell them. And like somebody would come and be like run by and startle the dude that I'm trying to sell drugs to. And so he'd run off and I couldn't complete the deal. It's like, bro, get away from me. Or like,
that's annoying.
You guys,
yeah.
I was like, I have 2 more packages to sell. And you guys like pull up right on my ass with your car. And so the local's like, oh, it just like runs away. And I'm like, bro, back up, get away, dude. I'm trying to sell drugs.
Oh, I didn't realize. So yeah, if you get rejected, then they call the cops. So it's not you selling the drugs. It's you trying to sell and then getting rejected. That makes way more sense.
Dude, I don't know how we didn't get trouble then because I think I got rejected like a dozen times.
I don't think they care. I don't think they care about drugs as much as they care about people like
assaults and shootings and
yeah. Although I mean, like you could easily have like a distraction going where like you're driving down the highway and then you shoot and then you sell drugs after that.
Yeah, I also think it's harder to sell like it's harder to commit crimes like the later it gets because everybody gets on after like they get off of work. It's like there wasn't very many cops on at that time because it was early in the afternoon.
Dude, there was one time Jimbo has joined 2 gangs, by the way. Okay,
He's
and
a double agent.
well, I'm saying he's joined 2 gang. He's no longer in a gang because
I
like
I,
he
I
doesn't
want to
like it.
start a
But
gang because some of these.
we'll start the Dorito gang. But he, bro, the first gang he was in, I was driving around doing news and stuff like that, and of course it was like 11 o'clock at night, so I couldn't talk at all. They got into a gunfight with the cops. There was like 10 of them there, 10 cops, and they had like ARs and stuff like that. Like there was a war going on, and I was walking around because there was a call for the news, and the cops were all, dude, get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. And of course I can't talk, so I'm talking in the chat like /me signs, and then I would say whatever. So I was like doing sign language essentially, and I was like, I'm with the news. They're like, get out of here, and then I just see some dude get shot in the face. Like it was insane, dude. They have actual wars with the gangs.
Oh my god.
It's crazy, bro. So if we start a gang, it's gonna get like wacky, bro.
Yeah, we
it's
gotta
gonna
wear
get
like
crazy.
orange shirts and
Drive around in pantos.
Yeah.
Those pantos are the best, by the way.
yeah. Dude, that was funny. Like when we had that little car had 2 people and then one person holding Genie in the trunk. Like
Oh
it's
yeah.
ridiculous.
Totally
So
floating.
what did you got a message about getting banned?
Jimbo, or wait, Genie, you did, right? Like somebody told you couldn't do that, but I'm telling you on that server, there's, I don't know what it is with the server, but like they're professional, but like super lax at the same time.
Yeah.
Like they don't care about dumb stuff like that.
It didn't seem that serious. Like it was just some guy whispered. He's like, "Hey, whoever's carrying that guy, tell him to stop before like you get like banned for some reason."
Yeah,
I don't.
he's probably
Well, I think
he probably plays on like whitelisted servers where like
Well,
if you speak out of character, you get a warning type of stuff.
I heard that it was because of the anti-cheat.
Yeah, he said something about anti-cheat, right? And to Jimbo, I think.
No,
There's
it was
Yeah.
Dean was carrying him.
Yeah, it was like an. He said.
Oh,
yeah,
it was
I
Dean. It
remember
was Dean.
Yeah.
But I'd never seen it happen. I think I have like twice as many
I've
hours
never
on the
seen it.
server as I do on the other one now.
I didn't take it that seriously. Like he didn't like do anything. It was just that one message. I was like, whatever.
Dude, Orbit was dog water.
It was a good learning experience, though.
Yeah, but dude, like
Baby
I
steps.
swear, bro. Dude, you like I remember you'd gotten arrested and you were in a cop car, and I started driving away, and I was like, oh hey, like there's a cop trying to like take Danny, so I ran into the cop, and one of the admins stopped me. He goes, "Why'd you do that?" I was like, they were arresting my friend. Like, what do you want me to do? And they were like, oh, that's RDM, and I'm like, what do you, I'm helping my friend. He goes, what do you mean your friend? He's a streamer. He's not your friend. I was like, he's my brother. They were like, oh, okay. And then they just disappeared. I was like, what the heck is happening, bro? And I think it's because they were trying to make sure that you weren't getting like stream snipes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you were probably like the most important person they had on there in a long time.
Yeah, they wanted me to stay.
Yeah.
But it
Well,
was
it's 'cause
just it was getting out of control, man. There's so many people coming by saying the N word. I was like, I can't. I gotta get off the server.
And they let you spawn in cars when you spawned in. So like, legit, you would spawn in, get the fastest car, and then they could easily catch up to you.
Yeah,
I see.
it was really bad. But I mean, like I said, it was a good way to learn the game mechanics a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You gotta
I'm
talk
not ready to move on to a server where I have to pay like a couple like $200 to play on it every month. You know, like it's just.
I mean, because I like the server that we're on. Yeah, it's dumb.
Those are
But
like the
it's
ones
fun.
that those are like the ones that XQC plays on and stuff.
Yeah, but I like the server that we're on. I just hate that like, the support, like you have to like either post a bug report and they never read it, or you actually have to go into the Discord and ping somebody so that they'll actually talk to you. Because when I had the issue with my garage not working, I talked to like a bunch of people on the server and they were like, "Oh, restart your game. Oh, go to a different garage. Oh, go post a bug report." And nobody helped me. And then someone was finally like, "Go on the Discord." I go on the Discord. The first guy, he's like, "Oh, it's probably like a really big issue with the server. post a bug report. I was like, I already did. And he goes, okay, well, let me get somebody. He pings some dude. Dude immediately fixes my issue. I was like, okay, there's only one dude who knows what he's doing. Everyone else is completely incompetent. I was like, bro, just. He's like, check your keybinds. I was like, see, it's a simple issue too, bro. Like,
Yeah.
they're all, it's an issue with the server. No, bro, it's just like I just needed some help. That's all it was.
Have you guys been hearing about the whole Joe Rogan controversy that's going on right now?
With the vaccine
anti-vax
stuff.
Yeah. The White House had to issue a statement, dude.
What?
Yeah, apparently the White House issued a statement about it because he literally said, like, he said if you're young, you're healthy, you're not obese, you don't have any pre-existing conditions, don't get the vaccine. That's what he said.
Sure.
He said if you get sick, you'll be fine. Like your body will have no issue fighting it off.
Not true. But
probably not the best thing to say.
Yeah, well, because I think he made a video where he was like clarifying it, but the damage is already done.
Dude, I mean, it's just that's the issue, man. Is like when you get that big to where like literally you can go up to an old person on the street and like say the name Joe Rogan and they have at least heard it, you know, and they're like, oh, the Fear Factor guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Like once you get to that point, you have to be very careful what you say.
Yeah.
You have so much influence over people. Like that's the White House had to issue a statement and be like, that's not. We highly advise you get the vaccine. You know, like not.
But have you gotten it yet?
No, I mean I talked to Danny Bartok about it on the podcast I filmed right before this, and he said that he woke up with a swollen eye because his body had a reaction and he got a sty from it. That's what the doctors told him. So he couldn't go to work and like he was streaming with one eye swollen shut.
Oh my god.
He said that like the first dose he was fine. He had like a slight headache. I think he got the Pfizer one.
Sure.
Because there's 5 different types, right?
Yep.
There's more than 5. There's only 5.
There's like 5. There's 5 approved ones, and I don't know how I don't think the Johnson & Johnson one should still be approved, man. I feel like they lost the public's trust.
None of them were really like approved. They're just for emergency use, right?
In some states they're giving them out to younger people now. Like it is like not just emergency use. I don't think. I mean, Danny Bartok got one. I think he's in Jersey.
Yeah, I know, but they haven't been fully like cleared yet. Is what I'm saying. Because I forgot the proper word for it, but they have a.
It's definitely like a gray area right now with the way they're doing it. But what I was saying though is that's the second person now that I've heard that said that the second dose sucked. That like they felt super tired, like super fatigued, muscle aches. Danny got a sty from it. Like that's the first time I heard that somebody got like a swollen eye from it. That's pretty gnarly. But like a headache, like it's all I know is that like. I literally have to wait until if I was gonna get one, I have to wait till like a weekend or take some days off because if I have a reaction like that, dude.
Well, I mean, the thing is, are you sure it's not like a correlation versus causation thing where like he happened?
He talked to the doctor and they were like, "Yep, those are the side effects."
Really? That's a weird side effect too.
I don't know, man. Like I said, the biggest thing with like. My wife is just concerned that, you know, a couple years from now they'll be like, oh, so it turns out that this like ruins something, you know, in your body by taking it. Like it's just
right.
Like I think they've had to. I could be pulling this out of my ass, but I feel like I've heard somewhere that like there was like early vaccines for weird things back in the day that like later on led to like infertility and stuff. Man, like it's just not.
Yeah.
It's scary, man. I don't want to be a guinea pig for something that got sped through approval like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and plus I think like the vaccine is more so for people who like are gonna be outside all the time anyways and in contact with people. I mean,
and then,
dude, like I'm always inside. Of all people who's gonna get it, it shouldn't be me. Just because like I don't really benefit from it.
Yeah.
So I'm not too worried right now. But like in the future, if when things go back to like close to normal, then I'll think about it. But right now, I'm not too concerned with it.
Yeah, I mean, I think Bartok said that he works with a lot of people. That's why he got it. But, I mean, like, I just, I don't know, man. I'm pretty safe when I go out in public. Like, I try not to touch stuff. I wear a mask, you know, and then I always put hand sanitizer on, like, as I'm getting in the car.
Is that double mask thing like legit or what?
Double mask?
You haven't heard of that?
No. What
Genie,
are
have
you
you heard of it?
Oh, I've seen it. I've seen
Oh
it.
my gosh, of course in California. In California,
I-
they're probably on to the next stage in the evolution of like triple masks.
I've seen triple. Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
Believe
dude.
me.
They got like astronaut suits on and stuff like
It's
that.
Yeah.
it's
I like the guys who have been putting bras on their head, dude.
there's that. What I see quite often is the face shield and then double mask.
Jesus,
or
bro.
like,
Jesus Christ, dude.
yeah, that's like actually pretty common in LA.
I understand
And
like
typically,
one
yeah.
mask, but
yeah, I just don't get it.
with the face shield, I mean, like that's definitely
Well,
overkill.
Well, what do you prefer, the mask or the face shield?
I haven't used the face shield myself. I honestly just do the mask, and if I don't have to wear the mask, I won't wear the mask.
Well,
So-
how about this? If you see somebody wearing a face shield, do you feel more or less comfortable than if they had a mask?
I think the face shield by itself, I'm like, okay, they're just trying to like.
So
They definitely look like they have like an armor on. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what do you-
it's definitely
it
a
always-
step above.
Because now that like everyone wears masks, if I ever see somebody's face in public, I'm like,
It
I don't
sticks
feel
out.
right.
Yeah.
Ah, it's weird, man. So the face shield, like, I always feel uncomfortable because I'm like,
I saw somebody
your
driving.
face.
I saw somebody driving with the face shield, and I was like, "Yo, I've worn face shields before, and they get a glare really easily." I was like, "That's sketchy."
Yeah.
Homeboy's gonna
yeah,
get light in his eyes and crash into somebody.
I had an Uber guy that was doing face shield double mask. Like, it was one of those guys I saw.
He's all trying to talk to you.
It was like, I know.
What?
They get all mad.
Wah,
It's like,
wah.
I was when I was in Vegas last week, there was a lady like now this is I thankfully got lucky, but I went to this 3-card poker table, and this very nice Asian woman was double masked, and she was the dealer, and I didn't realize like the minimum bet was like $25. I thought I was like total, and so like I gave her 100. I ended up having to put down $75 worth of chips. And she was like telling me, no, but she wouldn't speak to me because she knew that I wouldn't be able to hear her. So she was trying to do hand motions. And I was like, what are you saying? What are you? And I was like, take it off my mouth. I was like, what? I'm sorry. I can't hear. And she just wouldn't do it. And it's just like so frustrating. Anyway, I very stupidly, placed my bet. And then somehow I got it straight and I walked away with $200.
There you go,
And I was
baby.
like, fuck you.
Nice.
Yeah,
Hey.
but she was like giving me the smug look, and I was like,
How do you guys feel about gambling? Because like I don't know. I've got friends who have worked at casinos, and they tell me they like do not gamble. Like the
Yeah.
whole point is for you to like win once and then like chase that high. That's the whole point of it.
It's one of my roommates is like a pretty avid gambler, in like not the best way, and so like it's depends. I've always feel like I have a tendency to obsess over gambling, but like the more that was because I wasn't financially stable. I would say it was like kind of this quick get rich quick opportunity that I saw. Where it's like you're going out with your friends, like you want to go to the casino, and it's like I've got like 2,000 to my name. If I'm like, what if I just took 100 out of that, and what if I just hit big? You get those stupid ideas,
Yeah,
and then like that 100 just gets blown away, and you're like, oh,
bro.
I could do it though, another 100, and then that's like a really bad mindset. You don't want to be in that. But like if you can afford to lose it, like you're just doing it for fun because you're like financially okay, and you're like, I'm a big baller, I can fucking throw 100 like
Dude.
it's nothing. Then
I watched a video on slot machines, and I'm like, dude, why do people even use those damn things?
yeah, it's
Because
Y'all-
it's a quicker way to gamble than if you were to play like blackjack or something.
Dude,
like
but
that.
I mean, like you see the old people, and they're just like, shing, they watch it, they lose, shing, they just sit there for like all day, dude. And like it literally, they can calibrate the like how often it pays out. Like it's crazy, man. It's so rigged.
not good. It's very if you're in like a bind, I'd say, like in your life, it's not a good thing to do. But like even then, it's just not a healthy.
Yeah,
Like
so I've been to a casino once, and I don't know, man, just the vibe there. Maybe it was because of where I was, you know, because it was in San Francisco in like a not the nicest part of town. And so like in there, I just felt like there was just a bunch of drug addicts in there, and like just it was really I didn't dig the energy in there, man. Like I just felt like I felt out of place, you know. Yeah, and it was funny because it was my birthday, so like I went there and I dropped like $100, and I was playing I think I was playing Texas Hold'em. That's sad. I don't even know what I was playing. Like I literally like read an article on how to play Texas Hold'em like 20 minutes before I went, and I won like the first like 3 hands, and they were getting pissed at me because I said that it was my first time playing. They thought I was cheating, the people at the table, because I won 3 hands. I was like, how am I cheating, dude?
Did you stop after that?
No, I lost the 4th hand, and I went and played blackjack after that.
Oh, how'd that go?
Blackjack? I mean, I've read a little bit about that too. Like, you just got to know when to hit and not. But like, the thing is people get pissed off at you in blackjack because if you hit when you're not supposed to, you kind of screwed up for everybody else.
I guess, yeah. But you know what? I like gambling in GTA because that it's like you get to actually gamble. But you don't like feel bad about it because it's fake money. So
I'm talking about real life.
Yeah,
real life though. Like, how do you feel about real life gambling?
Real life gambling?
I think it's fine as long as you are like, as long as you can control yourself. If you can't control yourself at the casino, don't go to the casino. You know.
Well,
you gotta be like, all right, here's $100. If I lose that 100, I stop there. That's, you know, I'm not gonna go. You know what? I could win it back. I'm gonna go pull money out of the ATM. Like,
do you consider stocks to be gambling?
Yeah, I would say so.
Would you say stocks are worse than like casino gambling or better?
No, because the stocks aren't controlled. They're not rigged. The house always wins, man. At the end of the day, the house always wins. And with investing, it's not like that.
To a certain extent.
To a certain extent. I mean, obviously, there's pump and dumps, but.
I mean, I bring that up because right now Dogecoin's at like 39 cents.
Bro, I am scared of that coin now. Now that I've read some of the stuff about it, like how like one guy owns like 30% of it, like all that dude has to do is just dump it, and like the price of it cuts in half.
Yeah, well, he's probably gonna wait till it goes up like super. When it hits $1, he'll probably sell.
I don't think it's ever gonna hit $1, man. I really don't.
Disagree. Because
do you know how much it would have to be worth? Like the whole market of it, market cap.
There are companies that are literally starting to take Dogecoin.
So,
and so all I'm gonna say is the instant that Coinbase starts letting people trade Dogecoin, it's gonna go up like crazy.
I think Coinbase said that they don't think they're gonna do it.
Probably not, but their stock price is starting to dip. So
I mean, there's other coins that they have like taken down because they said it's too volatile. Right? Yeah, I don't see them. I think Dogecoin will always be a meme, dude.
Well, because the thing is, I don't get why they. Well, maybe it's because they're not a bad company, but like, dude. So the way that, if you guys don't know this already, the way that apps like Robinhood or Coinbase make money is they have fees for when you actually buy a cryptocurrency or a stock, right?
Right.
So if there's a ton of transactions happening, people are just putting a little bit of money at a time, they get a ton of money from that because they're just constantly like making people pay fees. If Dogecoin did the same, or if Dogecoin was on Coinbase, they would do the exact same thing, but like 10 times as fast. People are always trading that. So Coinbase make a ton of money off of it, but they still haven't done it. Volatility is actually really good for Coinbase and Robinhood because people are constantly trading, so they get more money out of fees.
What's it called? What's it called? Like the feeling of being left out. What do they call it?
FOMO.
Yeah, FOMO. Yeah. I think they're gonna. The reason why they wouldn't do it is because just like Robinhood, anytime somebody invests, they have to back that insurance wise. And so if they have a coin where everybody's just FOMOing it, dude, like they can't back it. It's too volatile. People are gonna buy it in masses out of nowhere. Like they just don't want to risk it.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't know. People are mad at Coinbase for it though, because they keep posting articles about Ethereum and stuff like that, and everyone's like, "What about Dogecoin? What about
Dude,
XRP?"
anybody who's mad that they're not talking about Dogecoin shouldn't be messing with that stuff.
That reminds me, dude. So, so this is kind of not quite irrelevant, but it's not about Dogecoin. So you know how I've been doing that mining stuff?
You've been mining? Bitcoin?
Yeah, I mine. Not
No.
Bitcoin.
No,
Ethereum.
not Bitcoin, Ethereum.
So, this is after about like 4 weeks of mining. I have made $300.
Just wait till you get a 3080.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because if I got a 3080, then I can play games, and then it'll run really well. And then when I don't want to play anything, I just have it run, and it doubles the hash rate that I have right now.
So you'll start making like 600 a month.
Essentially, yeah. That's also why I have 2 RX 580s now.
Well, have you heard? I was talking to Danny Bartok about it because he talked to like one of the head guys of like the whole project. But it's called the Google Helium Coin project. It's not called that, but Google is the one backing it. You heard about this Helium Coin?
I've heard about it, but I don't know what's up with it.
So Danny Bartok said that they sent him a Helium Coin miner, and what it does. This is me just kind of repeating from what I remember that he just told me. So some of it might not be accurate. So you can look it up if you want. But it's like it's a little mining box. Like literally the new ones that they came out with are like that big. Okay. They're wireless, and they literally, what they do is, I guess Google uses like the server data to improve their network or something like that. And so I looked here, and in Albuquerque, there's like 19 people that have them. So this is a really good place, I think, because I talked about maybe like doing something with it on TikTok, because that's what he did. And he said he had a lot of success with it. But basically, it mines the Helium Coin, but it's doing equations and challenging the other helium miners that are in your area. And so the more helium miners that are in your area, the more you make. So
whoa,
yeah,
dude.
I looked, there's none where you are, Chris. I think there's someone else Centro, but
well, the thing is, what is it based off of? Is it GPU? Is it CPU? Is it neither?
It's literally just a little thing that mines. Like it has nothing to do with your computer.
What the heck?
Hold on. It's called a helium miner. But he said that he has 2 helium miners because I guess they sent him another one because his code got used or something. Like they used his code so many times they sent him another free one. So he has 2 miners and he's making like 1.5 helium coins a day, which is like $25 at the price of the coin right now. The coin's like $14 or something. But I looked and there's like 31,000 people in the world that have them. So Genie Boy, it would do really well in LA.
Dude,
because there's a ton of people there.
Does that require like an internet connection that's like really strong 24/7?
I don't know. But I'm probably gonna get one to try it out.
Dude,
I'm gonna tell TikTok like, here's my experience. Maybe do a YouTube video on it.
Let me know where you get one from because I would be down to get one.
Right now, because the price went up on them. They used to be like $250, but then the price of the coin,
now they're like 300.
Now they're like $429, I think.
Jesus Christ!
But you got to think about it, dude. If you get one and then you're making like right now $15 a day, it's gonna pay itself off in like what, a couple months, 2 months.
Well, yeah, that's how I feel about the
and the price of the coin's gonna go up as well while you're mining it.
Yeah,
so
that's the same way I feel about Ethereum. But so the thing is like, because. I posted that TikTok about how like someone was like, "Do you live by yourself? Like, do you have your own house?" And I was like,
"Yeah, I saw that. I saw that."
Yeah, and people were all, "Move in with Danny. Move in with Danny." I would not do that to you guys because, bro, the amount of crap that I'd have running 24/7, printers, miners, stuff like that, your electric bill would go up like crazy, bro. I would not do that to you, bro.
That's why I don't want to mine. My electric bill's already high enough because my computer's always on rendering stuff and playing games and.
Yeah, and if you're already using your computer for stuff 24/7, there's no point trying to mine on
it. Yeah, it gets hot in here too. I always have the AC up to like just blasted, It's just blasting, bro.
Yeah, but if I was to get a house, I would definitely have specific rooms for stuff like that because it gets way too hot.
This is the mining / sauna room. You like walk in, it's just like
There's just steam everywhere.
it's all
Dude.
loud in there.
Well, because mom, she'll walk into her room and my door will be open and I'll have the fan going, right? And she's like, "Oh my god!"
God damn!
I'm
It's
like, "What?"
coming out.
She goes, "It feels like a dragon's just breathing at like in your room." And I'm like, I mean, yeah, because like it gets warm in here, but you get used to it, right? But like, dude, some days it's way worse than others because like I'll be fine, it'll be a little chilly in here sometimes, and then other days like I'm literally sweating, like it's disgusting.
Bro, I feel like that could be like a It's Always Sunny episode where like somebody like decide like freaking Danny DeVito decides to do like a freaking mining scheme or whatever, and he just has like a bunch of miners and he's like sweating in his room while it's all running. Like,
yeah, dude, like because it'll be like midnight and I'll be working on something and I'm like, geez, bro, I feel like you guys seen Iron Man 2 before?
I got these babies running around the clock. He's like,
yeah, there's that scene.
No, I'm
scene
talking about Danny DeVito. That's totally what he would say, dude.
But there's that scene at the beginning where the Russian dude is like working on the arc reactor. And he's like sweating his balls off.
Yeah.
So he's like in there just like he's like soldering and stuff. He's all.
Yeah. No, I saw a video on TikTok last night where this lady was filming, like, I guess there was water on her floor, like her kitchen flooded or something. And there was like a little power line that came down and it was causing arcs onto her, like her front porch. And so she's just standing there and it's like, just like and somebody that I follow on TikTok, I can't remember who it was because I follow like a lot of people, but he's funny. Like I love his TikToks. And he commented, he was like, when you drink water after brushing your teeth or something, like like the mint, like it burns.
Yeah.
Like
Well, because what you do is you get mint toothpaste.
Yeah.
You get mint gum, and then you drink cold water.
And it
hurts.
It hurts.
It hurts,
bro.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, because mining's cool. Like, I think it's really fun, especially because I'm a massive computer nerd to begin with. So, like, messing with that stuff, it's what I enjoy, right? But the fact that you can make money off of it if you know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said, TikTok is geographically based. So if I get one of these helium miners and I show TikTok like my experience with it and explain like why I decided to do it, and then let's say I don't know, I double the number of miners in the area, then it's just gonna help everybody make more money using them.
Well, that's the thing though. So
it's like untapped potential, man.
If you have two of them, then like you're basically just helping yourself out, then, right?
Well, like I said, I think Danny said that, or Bartok said that every time he sells a certain amount, they send him another like free miner. So he's just like, eventually he's gonna have a bunch just sitting there.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, because it's based on like different miners challenging each other, wouldn't that essentially mean like the more you have, like if I bought 10 of them and I was the only person in town who had them, they would all be challenging each other, so I would get all the money for it, and I would be increasing the amount of money that I get by having a ton of them.
I don't know. I think they're all wired together. They're considered the same spot. So, but you gotta understand.
Is it based on your network then?
He said it's like it's using like GPS data to send like server data or something. So like they're using the data to improve their infrastructure. I don't. That's just me pulling that out of my ass. So that's what it was explained.
If I directly talked to him about it, I'd probably know what he's talking
everything's
about,
on the website, and then like he said he could put me in touch with the guy that he talked to. So that guy would probably give me a better explanation and explain it to me. But so I'll let you know if I talk to him. But I'm definitely intrigued, man. I'm definitely intrigued.
Yeah. I mean, seriously though, like if you have a 3080 and you're literally doing nothing with it, there's times where you could just be mining, bro. Like that's
a lot of people don't know. They just don't know how that stuff works. They're intimidated by it. It's like building a PC for the first time. Like it sounds cool and everybody wants to do it, but it's intimidating when you don't know what you're doing.
I'm just mad because what happened was Wheelhouse was telling me like, oh, invest in this, invest in that, and at one point he's like, invest in Ethereum, and I'm like, okay, and I was like, I have multiple graphics cards. I can start mining if I want to. And one day, mom and dad were out of town, and I was like, hey, you know what? No one's gonna be using the computer in the guest room. I'm gonna see if I can get it to work on there. And I watched the tutorial on it. Took me 5 minutes to set it up.
Hmm.
I was like, I could have been doing this 2 years ago, and I just haven't. So like, as soon as you figure it out, if you already have cards, bro, you just put them to work and you're good to go.
There you go, Genie. Got a 3080.
Yo, I would really like to know a little bit more about
Wait,
that.
so
It's gonna
do
take
you
time.
Just go to bed, turn it on, wake up, turn it off, start rendering.
do you only have the 3080 now, or do you still have that 3070 as well?
So I have a 1070. No,
No,
I
you
returned the 30.
returned it, yeah.
You returned it? Okay, I was like, bro, but okay.
So I have a 1080 in my current desktop. That's what I'm talking to you guys through right now. Tonight,
You should do a
to finish
TikTok
off
on
the
it.
story on the 3080.
Yeah, on setting up your new
Like
PC.
Yeah, that's
People are gonna be like, "How did you get one of those?" I'm telling you, man.
Damn.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's a good idea. I'll do that. Yeah. So they have to. I had bought like an additional like 4 terabyte for them to install into the thing. So like they're doing that right now. And then they pick it up after
Damn.
the shoot. But it's a beast. It's pretty good.
Wait, SSD or hard drive?
I think it's hard drive. So it's a 1 terabyte SSD and then 4 terabyte additional hard drive.
I mean, I guess.
SATA, yeah. It's like
Well, because okay, so you can have okay, SSDs are weird because you can have NVMe and SATA, and there's like multiple kinds of SATA SSDs as well. Like there's some that are the M.2 like looking things, and then there's some that are legit like full on.
Well,
2.5.
NVMe is for like laptops, isn't it?
No,
let me see what it
you
says.
can use it.
I
You can
took
use it
a
in laptops, but
picture.
they have it on desktops as well. Your motherboard probably has a couple slots for it.
Yeah, I
Here.
remember my laptop used that form of it.
Well,
Let
because
me
it's
send you
easier
the-
to use them on laptops because
They're skinnier, right? Like they're like smaller and skinnier.
So there are the 2.5-inch drives, which are like they're still SATA, but they're thinner, and typically the laptop hard drives will look like that. There's 3.5, which are the big thick ones, right? And then there's NVMe, which is literally just like a little stick that it's just a PCB, and it's like super thin, and that's it. But it's entirely solid state.
Hey, Genie, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Is your mic just sitting on your desk?
It's hanging from another thing. Here, I'll show you. So it's like
Oh, okay.
it's like armed down to
The baby thing.
yeah, I'm kind of a hoarder. So it's like attached onto this side desk because this current desk that have everything else on is too how do you say, too thick, and so it doesn't, like that little clamp thing doesn't. Sorry. It doesn't clamp onto the desk I have.
We're laughing at the baby from Death Stranding.
Was that game
I
even
also
good?
have
I just saw it's on.
this right here.
I saw it's on
The
sale for like
article
$29 right now or something on Steam.
29. They
Yeah.
have it on Steam. I thought it was PlayStation only.
No, it's on Steam now.
Probably.
The Last of Us 2. Yeah,
Got
Genie.
other stuff right here.
Genie,
Oh
do you
shit!
do you recommend what?
Sorry, I just unplugged something. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you recommend? It says stream pause because you're like doing something, but would you recommend Death Stranding?
You know, okay, I was very obsessed with that game because I love Metal Gear Solid, and I was very much like,
What the hell?
Metal Gear Solid was a masterpiece, and so
Oh.
I'm gonna pull this back up. Metal Gear Solid was a masterpiece, and so Death Stranding is going to be a masterpiece as well. But and the trailers I thought were incredible, and so like the imagery of it, I think overall now it's a good game, and it's very much it has a different meaning post COVID. I think like that was an incredible like thing about it. Hold on. It has an incredible meaning post COVID now, out of like irony, because it's like, wow, he kind of foretold the future of like how it's going to be, and it's like it's good in that department. It's kind of gameplay wise, I could see why people hate it, but it takes patience, and if you can.
It looked very repetitive.
Walking simulator,
Yeah. And so like I was kind of just powering through it for the sake of like me loving, Kojima. And I still do think there's a lot of profound elements to it, but it's very indulgent. It's very much like, okay, this guy had too much freedom in some parts, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Wait, Genie, what time did you have to leave?
Like now,
okay.
like any second now. But
I was like, it's 4:46.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, bro. It's like I was so scared. But okay.
Sorry.
Genie.
Do you guys want to continue?
No, Genie. I just want to say one thing before we leave. Have you ever watched Life of Luxury?
No, what is that?
Okay, I'll send it to you. But it's these two guys on YouTube that film like these. I guess I would call them like parody like horror videos. And they're like they're like meant to be kind of cringe. I think that's what they're going for. I love them. Like me, I've been watching them on stream and we just can't get enough of them. I reached out to the main guy Parker last night on Instagram, and he said he will be on the podcast. Creators United.
No way.
Dude, they've been killing it, man. I think they're close to hitting like 4.5 million on YouTube, and then they have a second account that's like 2.2 million.
Wow. Okay.
So they have one. Life of Luxury is where they like go to houses and like they say that like, oh, like my roommate's acting weird and they're like a freaking monster or something, you know? And then they have you definitely got to check them out because I think you would love it.
Me a video.
We'll have to react to them or something like that together or something later on. And then they have Luxury Dark, which is where they like go on the dark web and like it'll be like Chester finds a girlfriend on the dark web and literally like they're like, oh, this lady looks nice, you know, and it's like some crazy looking chick. And then like she comes over and she's a psycho, you know, and she comes over at like 3 a.m. It's always like 3 a.m. The lights are always off.
Is that staged though, or is that like?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely staged. But like they're very self-aware of like why people enjoy them, so it's really cool.
Okay. That's hilarious,
but
actually, you want to check that out.
But yeah.
Yeah, I do have to. The guy
just
texted me. He's like, "What do you get?"
Yeah, we're running up on an hour, so I'm good. I think we're good to end it. For people watching this, we are filming these on Saturdays now, so that you know, hopefully, if we do go longer, it won't.
Quiet all the time towards the
my
end
brother,
of the
my brother won't have to
podcast.
be super quiet because everybody's going to sleep, and we can go a little longer if we want to and stuff. So, anyways,
Hell yeah.
we'll see you next week.